Hello, my name is Inka and welcome to another episode of my knitting podcast. This is the 16th episode of this series and it has been a long time again, but I'm very excited to show you all my projects, and I would say that there's a lot of variety in my knitting right now and I'm very excited about everything. And yeah, let's begin with my finished objects. So I finished two things since the last video, which isn't a lot, but it's fine. And the first thing, or this is the second thing that I finished, but I'm gonna talk about it first, is this shawl. This is the Lueur. I have no idea how to say this. I think it's a French word, but it's that shawl by Audrey Borrego. She's a French designer, but I love this shawl. I'm gonna show it to you. So I think this is really unusual project for me. I have only knitted one big shawl before, so this is my second ever, but I absolutely love this. I was obsessed with knitting this, so I think it took me only 1.5 weeks to finish this huge fingering weight scarf, because I was only knitting on this and I was so excited because it was so addicting to knit and I absolutely love this. So it's a triangle shawl. It started from here, so from the small tip, and knitted this way with increases on the other side. So it's not symmetrical, but it's very straightforward, so that you only do decreases on the slanted edge. And it has these different stitch patterns. One with this kind of ribbing and these little cables and squares done with the it looks like thick ribbing but it's squared off a little bit. Then this mosaic knitting with two colors, and then this, I really like this one with these bubbles, ribbing, twisted ribbing and bubbles. And then this other kind of mosaic knitting section, and then they repeat. So the single color and then the little mosaic and then the bubbles, but this time I have done the bubbles with a different color, and then it finishes off with the mosaic knitting. I absolutely love every of these repeats, and I haven't done mosaic knitting ever really. No, I have done the Olga sweater by Rebecca Claw, but that's mosaic knitting, but I absolutely love the mosaic knitting in this one. It's just so phenomenal. I cannot physically. And the bubbles were a lot, but I did them and I don't regret, because I saw some project that had skipped the bubbles, but I did them because I wanted to. So yeah, that's my shawl. The yarns I used, the pattern calls for 2 colors, so it would only be 2, but I kind of didn't have enough of any yarn to be the contrast color all the way, so I chose to use this white. I would have wanted to carry the white here also, so it would be more balanced, but because now there is only this little part of the white, but I didn't have enough of it. This is Jamieson and Smith 2x jumperweight in the color Stone, and I only had 1.5 skeins of it, and those are 25 gram skeins, so I only had enough for this, so I have now used all of this yarn. And then the dark blue contrast color is this another Shetland wool, Shetland soft, this dark navy blue color. This is all I have left. I think I had 105 grams of this yarn. I got this in Estonia about a year ago, but I don't think you can get this really anywhere, but it's a fingering weight Shetland wool and I really liked it, and I have 2 skeins, so yeah, I couldn't have used that little nugget to do both of these, so it's good that I chose to put this yarn here. And then the main color, which is this medium blue, is this cone. I think this is 100% wool. I got this at a thrift store for €4 for 500 grams. I didn't use, I have used this yarn in a couple of projects. I weighed the cone, I had 300 grams. This is not 300 grams, this I wound some two skeins from this, but I still have a lot of this left. Overall, this shawl weighs 200 grams, so it's very lightweight, and I love that about this shawl because I needed the Staffin shawl previously by Rebecca Clow, and the yarn I used gave it very like a nice and soft and plump like feeling, but because it's so thick, it's like Aran worsted weight, I can't really like scrunch it around my neck or wear it as a scarf because it's so like substantial. But this one I can, and I will show you how I kind of wear it. When I have it with a jacket, it of course like looks a bit different, but I kind of love being like a grandma because this is like my dream, to have a scarf that I can wrap around my head like this, so it covers my ears and face and everything. And this is perfect because it's so big, but the fabric is so lightweight that it doesn't like disturb and it doesn't feel like stuffy, and or then I can just lift this out and it's like a very nice scarf, and I can have my like face and ears in here. So this was a like very successful project, and it really got me excited about shawls. And Audrey Borrego, the designer of this, she has like quit designing professionally, so all of her patterns are free of charge in Ravelry. When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's my chance to have like a very low stakes shawls project, because these were all like stash yarns in kind of odd quantities that I didn't know what to use for, and free pattern now, so I had like nothing to lose, and I won everything, absolutely everything with this one. I love this so much. I didn't know that I would love a shawl this much, but I'm obsessed with this and I love it, absolutely. And yeah, I used 4mm needles for this, but it was very enjoyable to knit, and that was like kind of the main thing, because it was so fun to switch between the like blocks of the different stitches, and the mosaic knitting was so fun. I really want to use this technique in some other projects as well. This is my second ever pattern that I've knitted from Audrey. I knitted her hyphen sweater before. It's a colorwork yoke sweater, and I really love that one, and I have had some of her patterns on my favorites list, so we'll see if I knit any of those now that they're like very easily available and I don't have to think about it that much. But this shawl was a ultra win, and I absolutely love this, and I think I'm gonna like have it here for the rest of the video. I'm so glad I knitted this, and because I was very excited about this shawl, I have already started another one from her, and it looks like this. Right now it's a very similar construction in a way that it's only increases on the other side, but this is cabled, and it's very scrunched up right now, so I don't know how well you can see, but it's like this. I didn't have any yarn in stash for this, so a few days ago I went to buy some yarn, so I just bought 2 skeins of this yarn to test it out in this shawl if I like it. If I wouldn't like it in this, I would have just needed some mittens with it or something. This is Drops merino. It's not the baby merino and not the big merino, it's, I don't know, maybe it's like soft merino. It's a DK weight superwash, 100% superwash merino, and I only bought 2 skeins and I would need 8 for this, so I'm definitely gonna go and buy more so I can finish it off, because I have already worked the 2 skeins, so technically I'm already a fourth of my way, and that feels very like fast. This is done on 5mm needle, so it's a bit of a bigger gauge than this shawl, but it's very nice. I think these cables look amazing, but they're very easy. They're very like unfrequent and very easy kind of cables, but the look that it gives is quite nice. So the name of this shawl is Nona. So I don't know what that means, but it's very pretty. I finished the second skein yesterday, and I have been so sad today because I haven't been able to work on this. I'm definitely on a shawl kick right now. I won't cast on any more than this now because I had to buy yarn for this because I don't really have like these like shawl quantities. Like these take up like quite a lot of yarn, so I don't have anything in my stash right now, and I really want to buy a lot of yarn. But for this, I will purchase the rest hopefully quite soon because I'm very excited about this one. And my other finished objects beside this is the Copenhagen cardigan by Petiteknit. I will put a photo of it on the screen because I don't have it with me right now because I needed that cardigan for my mom, and she has gotten it. She sewed on the buttons and everything. I finished it in early January. So it's done finally. I already started it in the autumn, so it was like time to finish that one. I used the rerum natura Ullyse for that project, and I only needed 4 skeins, but I had like this much left, so it was like barely enough. And gladly my mom is very short, so she doesn't need very long sleeves or a long body. She really likes it, and it was a fun project, so it's finished. But I don't have it with me because I gave it to my mom. Now I'm gonna get into my whips, and I have 2 new sweater whips that I'm gonna show you. But first I'm gonna show you the most amazing thing ever, which is the yarn I'm using for other one of the sweaters. Oh my god, I cannot believe that I got my hands into this. It's crazy. You may know this yarn is very popular and very like fancy, I would say, yarn. Yeah, normally this is very out of my budget because these cost around 26 or 25 euros per skein normally. And I bought a sweater quantity, but I got this yarn, which is Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo. I got this on sale for 13 euros per skein. Still very expensive, but compared to like a 100 euro sweater, it's now like a 50 euro sweater. So that's like it's a bargain for this yarn because this is a Japanese yarn. It's very popular, I would say, and it's 40% wool, 25% silk, 25% polyamide, and 10% mohair. And yeah, this is one of the solo like colors. They also have like multicolor and tweed colors of this same blend. It has like different colors of fiber like in the yarn, and I just love this yarn. It has been my dream, and the dream has come true. This is in the color S63. It's a green, and when I bought it, it was a lot more muted, but I would say that this is very bright. But I still love it. The color, I was a little surprised when I got it, and I have started I think I started this like immediately when I got this yarn at the end of December. But this is the Olga sweater by Petiteknit. Olga sweater is a striped sweater, but I'm just knitting it in a single color, and I'm done with the body. One sleeve, I have the collar finished, and like almost halfway done with the second sleeve. So this is very close to being finished. This is just a drop shoulder sweater on 4mm needles, a 20 stitch gauge, and I found that was a very nice gauge with this yarn. It's quite many people use like a mohair with this yarn to kind of, because it can be a bit uneven, like thick and thin at some points, but I don't find that to be like very dramatic, so I think it works well alone. And this sweater is already so expensive that I was not gonna go and make it more expensive with a mohair, and I don't think I could have found a mohair that kind of matches with this. I'm knitting the size extra small on this, and I will have plenty of yarn. I have already attached the fourth and final skein. I will need it for like only the half of the sleeve, so it's not a lot. So I will have some leftover of this, so we'll see what I do with that. So yeah, in total I have 1200 meters, so I could like choose kind of any sweater, and I chose this pattern because I wanted something like very simple and in a kind of fit that I know that I really like, and I really like this like oversized drop shoulder fit. And I like in this one that the ribbings are very thin, so the color is not chunky at all, and the sleeves and the bottom have this like only like 2 centimeters of ribbing. The sleeves I think are fine. I made them longer than in the pattern because I have very long arms, so I think they're gonna be fine. But right now I think that the body is a bit too short, so I think I'll have to unravel the ribbing and continue it, but I think I needed it a bit too short because I was scared that I was gonna run out of yarn, but now I clearly see that I won't, so I can go back and make this longer. I just love the yarn. Like the fabric that it creates, it's so awesome, and I'm so glad that I found this yarn for like an affordable price. My plan for the rest of this week is to finish the sleeve and get it blocked, because I'm going to my parents' house where I can block this, so that would be a good time that it would have time to dry and I could make a decision on the body. This has been my project, a sweater, and I love this so much, and I love the yarn, and I hadn't thought about what I'm gonna do with the leftover yarn, because I will clearly have like probably over half a skein, so quite a lot. So I'll see what I get on with this, because this is quite a crazy color, so I don't know. So I have another sweater in kind of a similar state as the Olga sweater, and this is the Wave sweater by someone. I can't remember her name, but it's from a issue of Line magazine. This is it. So this is a bit different from the sweater that's like on the pattern, because that's only 2 colors, and I chose to do kind of like a scrappy version. I'm using my scrap yarns for this, and they're supposed to be like a wave kind of stripes, and right now they don't really look wavy, but when I block it, it's gonna like emphasize that it's a wave more, I hope. So this is like a DK web pattern, but I'm using all sorts of different yarns, but I'm working it on 4mm needles, and I think I'm making the size 3 because I wanted like a lot of positive ease, and this was kind of designed to have like 10 centimeters and I want more like 20, so I'm needing the 3rd size on this, and this is how it's turning out. So these like color stripes are like a lace pattern, so that creates the like difference in height. I don't know, I'm just following the pattern, and yeah, kind of modifications I'm making. Of course, I'm not using only 2 colors, but also the pattern has the sleeves to not have any increases, no decreases like this, but they have like cinched in cuffs, but I kind of want to leave it to be this like a wide sleeve, so I'm just gonna do an I-cord at the end. I think this is gonna be my last stripe, but I really want to block this to see if it's actually long enough, so because right now they would end on the same color stripe as in the body, and in the body I just did an I-cord also. Normally it has a ribbing, but I did an I-cord because I think I want this to be more like a blouse kind of, So I think these finishes like kind of make it more like flowy looking, because I think that like the wave pattern is like inherently like more like blouse feeling than like a sweater. I'm gonna show you some of the yarns that I'm using for this. So the kind of main color in this is this Rosarios 4 romaria yarn. This is made in Portugal, 100% wool. This is kind of a sport weight yarn, but it's very like airy, so it's working to like a 22 stitch gauge, which is good. And it's this quite bright green. I got this in Lithuania, in Vilnius, this past summer. So I haven't had this for a long time, but I had only one skein and I didn't know what to use it for, and I think it's like perfect for this. So that's my main color that I'm using for the yoke and the start of the sleeve. Then for a few of these stripes I'm using like a fingering and a mohair. So I have that for my brown, blue and green. I'm quite worried that I won't have enough for the second sleeve of the green, especially for the mohair. Like, yeah, this is Delia mohair, and then Isaiah alpaca 2. And then for the blue stripe I'm using this mohair and a sock yarn. And then for the brown I used a different combination on the body. I had a different fingering weight yarn one I used for my storm sweater. Now I just have this. This is more like a rustic. This is a Norwegian wool, but it's the same color. And then a brown mohair. Then for this green stripe I'm using this fingering weight merino held double, and then for this blue I'm using this fingering weight Shetland wool held double. And then I have this grey like tweedy yarn, and I'm using that held single for the grey. And these are all like, I wouldn't say scraps, some of them are scraps like the mohairs, but most of them are like single skeins. Like this green, I had a single skein of it. The mohair, I had like 2 skeins, so I'm gonna have plenty of that left over, but it's nice to use on this. This is a single skein. This was also a single skein. Oh, and then the white is a, I used this in my staffing shawl. It's Langava, I think Sulava. It's a merino polyamide sock yarn. Kind of also sport weight, but it works well on this. So this has been very fun to like make the combinations, and now I don't have to like think about the combinations anymore. I can just knit the second sleeve the same way as this one, and then block it and see if I have to add another on the sleeves or if I can finish it. So this has been very fun. We'll see how this turns out. And it's like, I really like stripes in general. Like, I have never knit anything with stripes because, yeah, but I have a kind of like a different, these feel more like colored blocks for me. I think first of all because they are like waves and not like straight lines, and also because I'm switching the colors, it doesn't feel that stripy, even though like clearly it is stripes. But I'm very excited about this sweater, and I'll see how much I can like wear it. But I am quite, as you can see, like my Olga sweater and also this wave sweater, they're very like bright, and I'm kind of into that right now, having like very like statement-y sweaters, because I have done like quite many like brown and more like muted greens. Green is my favorite color, so I do make a lot of green things, but not this bright green really. So it's fun to see how much I actually wear out of these, but I'm very excited about both of these. Again, I have like 2 sweaters almost done but not done, so we'll see if I have this finished. Then I will show you one more whip, and then I'll kind of get into my yarn acquisitions, because I have quite many of those since last time. So I'm gonna show you this whip because I have kind of gotten a lot of progress on this one. So this is my like freehand chunky scarf, and it's all done in the length. So I'm done with the like main body of knitting. It's, yeah, you cannot see, but this is it folded in half. I would say that it's like 160 centimeters or 170, so quite nice length, I would say. I talked about this in my previous episode. This is like quite similar to the Berlin scarf, but I'm not using the pattern because I'm not like matching that gauge. And I'm using Drops Fabel in this like stripy color, and then Drops brushed alpaca silk in this color that I absolutely love. I absolutely love this color. I think it's called like Rainforest Haze or like Mist, and I think it's an absolutely beautiful color. An update from last time is that I had gotten 3 of these Fabel ones and 5 of these, and I would like kind of knit it as long as I had this left, but I got to that point and it wasn't long enough. I wanted it longer, so I got 1 more of these and I knitted. Now I'm kind of going from this, so now I measured that it's time to start the fringe because this is gonna end soon, so, and I will have more of this left over now. So it has reached its finished length and I should just knit the fringe again. It's the same as this end. This is now finished, the fringe here, and it's quite crazy looking. It's very stiff. I hope it, when I pluck it, it will like look more like folding, because now there looks like thick spaghetti, I don't know. And there's a lot of them and it took a long time to knit this, but now I just have to finish the other, and so that's fine. But before that I have to go and like tie off the ends in between these fringes because otherwise it has these holes here, so I have to do that before I can, because when I do these ends it's like shut down, so I have to do that and then I will finish the other fringe. But I really love this, and this is gonna be so nice because I wanted to make it very long. So now it kind of falls like this, and I think this is like a nice length. I don't want to tie it because it's so like chunky, so if that it wouldn't work. But it's very nice and like stays up, which is what I wanted. So it's like quite thick because of course it's double layered because it's knitted in around and everything, and the length is like nice, it follows nicely, and I think it will grow when I pluck it. At least I will make it grow when I pluck it, so it's gonna be even longer and it's gonna be so cute. So I'm like kind of into these like neck things. Like I am knitting 2 shawls, I have this big scarf, and yeah. So I have made a lot of progress on this. I have quite many other whips as well. I have my lace cardigan that I haven't really touched since December, but I do really want to finish it for the springtime, so I will get back onto that. I think I just put the needles back into that one. I have my Alder sweater is still being procrastinated on since the fall and everything, but it's fine. So now I kind of want to show you some yarns that I have gotten recently, or not so recently. So I ordered the yarn in December for the Olga sweater, the Noro yarn, and I got that from it was not a closing sale, but the yarn store was like emptying their warehouse or like their stock, so everything in their site was 50% off, and that's like a good deal. I got this other sweater quantity. I got 7 skeins of this Sirdar Snuggly Cashmere Merino Silk 4-ply, and I think I paid like €4 a skein for this, which I think was a steal because the fiber combination in this is amazing, and this is the softest thing ever. It's 75% extra fine merino wool, 20% silk and 5% cashmere. That's the most lovely thing it's in a color or shade called Prince Charming. The number is 304. I just love this. I'm gonna knit a Ophelia top with this. That's by Cross Knits. I've knitted the Ophelia blouse. That's like an open one, but this is closed, and I'm gonna knit that long sleeve version. It has like bell sleeves and lace details, so I think this is gonna be perfect for it. I think I already needed a swatch and I matched the gauge, so when I feel inspired I'm gonna start that one. But this was like a very nice find for so affordable price. Like, I have knitted a blue cardigan, but I don't really have a lot of blue things, and I do really like blue. I think it goes nicely with my eyes, and this is a very nice, like kind of like bright but still like muted. It's not like a shocking blue, but it's not like a baby blue, because I don't love like baby blue that much. And speaking of not liking baby blue that much, I got this kind of baby blue yarn. So kind of a sad thing, in my city where I live there has been 3 yarn stores, of which 2 are closing now, so there will only be 1 left. So I used my opportunity to go to one of them, and I got 6 skeins of the Schachenmayr, I don't know, wool 85, and these would normally cost 430 a skein, which is wild. But I got 6 skeins for 10 euros, so it's like 166 per skein, which is a steal. I didn't really know what to make it. I wanted to make like a scarf and like an accessory set, because like a smaller scarf and then mittens. So I have already started working on this pair of mittens, so I have needed 1 skein from this. These are the arched gusset mittens from Purl Soho. They have been on my list to knit for a while because I really love the like arched gusset here. So yeah, I have knitted 1 skein off, so I will use like 1.5 skeins for the mittens, and the rest of them I will use for a matching scarf. I don't know which one. I think I want to do like some kind of brioche scarf, but I will see. And like tapered, not like a straight one, like kind of like a triangular one, so it has like skinny ends, so I kind of get more length because I don't have a lot of yarn. So that yarn store has closed down. I didn't really go when they had like all the sales. I think they had like 30% off from everything, and when they were like emptying their stock. So but I went there because it's still open, but it's I guess so they only have now like sewing supplies, and they had some left, and I got these in there when we went to buy buttons for my mom's Copenhagen cardigan. So I have been kind of on like a casting on grace for this week. I have been on a winter holiday, so I applied for a test knit and I got it. So I had to buy yarn for that, and I chose this Drops Air, and I have 4 skeins of this. Now this is like a blown yarn. It's so fluffy. I have wanted to use this for quite a long time, but I like haven't found like a project to use it for. It's 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide and 7% wool, so it's very fluffy and soft and very nice. And I got it in the color 01, so the white color, and I wanted this white specifically. And I counted the meterage that I need for this sweater, and it turned out to be like 4.1 skeins of this yarn. But when I went to buy this, there was only 4, and I think I need to make the sleeves longer, so I think I would need the 5th one, but there was none, and I wanted to start it, and I was like, if I don't get these 4 now, someone else is gonna buy them, and then I have zero. Better to have the 4 than 0. So I started this sweater, and it's called the Chunky Parnassia sweater by Teti Lutsak, and this is a test knit. So yeah, I am this far in this sweater. It starts with this like twisted ribbing and then goes to this like lace. I don't know how well you can see because this is like quite fluffy, but I think it's still like nicely noticeable, but nice and fluffy in this yarn. So this lace, and now it would have like a little like mohair ruffle coming out of it, and the problem was that I was gonna buy like a mohair for this at the same time as I went to buy this yarn, but the store only has like 2 mohairs. They have the drops mohair and then they have this other one, but the drops mohair was out of their natural white color. They only had like their bright white, and that didn't like match with this nicely with this yarn. I don't think like it's nice to have, and I know that if I have the drops one, they're gonna match. Yes, it's the same brand, but they didn't have any. So like my yarn situation is good because I'm 1 skein short of the main yarn and I don't have the mohair, and I would need the mohair now, so I'm kind of stalled with this now. I have until the end of March to knit this, so I hope like I can get this somewhere, drops yarn. And I got to a part where I need the mohair, so I was like, I will just use something from my stash, and I started using this blue. It's the same that I'm using for my rave sweater, but I'm just not vibing with like the contrast, like a blue ruffle and then white. I think it's like this is special because it's like a light blue. It's gonna be like too like pastel-y for my style. I just want the white because this is already like quite a frilly design. I don't want the blue, I want the white. I want the white, but I don't know when to get it. Yeah, I think the white ruffle is gonna be cute. But yeah, it's a test knit. I'm knitting size 2, so it's my usual. And yeah, and I'm very excited to use this yarn, and I will, because as I said, I have wanted to use this yarn, but it's kind of so like thick and kind of fluffy that like I didn't have any like patterns in mind that I could use it for. And the pattern originally uses beige blue like cross mohair, which is so expensive. It costs like 20 euros a skein, and that's a crazy amount. I still have one more yarn acquisition to show because I went to the second yarn store that is gonna get closed, which is so sad because that's my favorite yarn store, and it has been there for like 20 years and now it's getting closed, and it's quite sad. But they also had a sale. They had 25% off from everything, so I got 3 skeins of Sandnesgarn Tunline. This is like my favorite summer yarn. I already have 2 garments, like summer garments, knitting this. Now I'm gonna have a 3rd one. So I got 3 skeins to knit the Lima top by Knitting for Olive. That's like a colorwork top. So the white, I don't think this is the white color, this is color 1015. Maybe this is like the kit color, I don't know. I think this is the same one, as I already have like one top in this color, the same color. And then I got 1 skein of 3161. So it's this like medium brown. I think this is a nice combo. I was thinking first to get like a blue with the white, but I think this is more interesting. And I don't have any like brown summer garment, but I already have like a blue camisole that I have knitted. So that's fun.